You've got $15,000 sitting in your bank account. You worked hard for it, you saved it, you're proud of it, and you should be. But here's what nobody tells you. That money is losing value every single day you leave it there. Not because the bank is stealing it, because inflation is quietly eating away at your purchasing power while you sleep. If you don't put that $15,000 to work right now, you're making one of the biggest financial mistakes possible. Let me show you exactly what to do with it. My name is Ivan, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, compound interest, and why most people never seem to escape the paycheck to paycheck cycle. If you're someone who actually wants to understand how wealth building really works instead of just hoping for the best, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it ends up being helpful. Here's why this matters. You know how some people save their entire lives and still end up broke in retirement? Meanwhile, others start with almost nothing and build serious wealth? The difference isn't luck. It's not intelligence. It's what they do with the money they save. Saving is step one, but if you stop there, you're only halfway to the finish line, and inflation is pushing you backwards the entire time. Let's fix that right now. First thing you need to understand, saving money will not make you rich. I know that sounds crazy. Your parents told you to save. Every financial guru says build an emergency fund. And they're right, but they're leaving out the most important part. Saving protects you. It doesn't build wealth. Here's why. Inflation is running at 3 to 4% most years. Your savings account is paying maybe 1% if you're lucky. That means you're losing 2 to 3% of purchasing power annually. Over 10 years, that $15,000 loses almost 30% of its real value. You still see $15,000 in your account, but it only buys what $10,000 used to buy. The money didn't disappear. Its power did. So yes, you need savings, but only as protection, not as your wealth building strategy. Let me break down exactly how much you actually need sitting in cash. Your emergency fund, $2,000 minimum. This is for basic emergencies: car repair, broken appliance, unexpected bill. Having $2,000 in easy access prevents you from reaching for credit cards when life throws a curveball. That's your first line of defense. After that, you need 3 to 12 months of living expenses in reserve. If you're aggressive, maybe 3 to 6 months. If you're cautious, aim for 12. Let's say your monthly expenses are $4,000. Your emergency fund should be between $12,000 and $48,000. But here's the key. This money sits there doing nothing except protecting you. You don't touch it unless it's a real emergency, and a clothing sale doesn't count. Once you have this reserve built, you stop adding to it. Every extra dollar beyond your emergency fund that sits in savings is a dollar losing to inflation. Outside of emergency reserves, there are only 2 good reasons to pile up cash. 1, you're saving for a specific large purchase. Down payment on a house, a car, something concrete and near term. 2, you're waiting for an investment opportunity you're actively studying. If neither of those apply, that money needs to go to work. Quick tactical move. Switch to a high yield savings account. Most big banks pay almost nothing. Online banks and digital accounts pay 2 to 3 times more because they have lower costs. No physical branches, lower overhead. They pass those savings to you. On $15,000, the difference between 0.5% and 2% is $225 per year. Free money just for moving where your cash sits. Do this today. Takes 15 minutes. Now, let's talk about what destroys most people financially. Step 2, kill your high interest debt immediately. This is the part where people mess up. They save $15,000 while carrying credit card balances or personal loans at insane rates. That's financial suicide. Here's the math. A decent investment might return 10 to 12% annually. Credit card debt runs at 20 to 30%. Some personal loans hit 40% or more. Every dollar you save earning 10% while paying 30% on debt costs you 20% annually. You're bleeding money. Paying off high interest debt is the single best guaranteed return you'll ever get. If you eliminate a credit card balance at 25% interest, that's an immediate 25% return. Risk-free. No stock or real estate investment can match that certainty. So if you've got your emergency reserve covered, the next move is attacking expensive debt. Credit cards first. Personal loans. Payday loans. Anything above 10% interest needs to die now. What about low interest debt? Student loans at 3%, mortgage at 4%, these are different. If the interest rate is below what you can reasonably earn investing, you might keep them and invest instead. But here's the principle that saves people. Stop financing things that don't generate returns. Buying stuff you don't need with money you don't have keeps you broke forever. If an expense doesn't generate income or isn't truly essential, don't finance it. Period. Every dollar you stop paying in interest is a dollar that stays in your pocket working for you. So that's steps 1 and 2. Build your emergency reserve. Eliminate expensive debt. But if you've done both and still have money left, this is where real wealth gets built. Step 3. Put your money to work in assets that grow. Let's say you keep $5,000 as your emergency fund. You have no high interest debt. That leaves $10,000 ready to invest. If you leave that $10,000 in a savings account, earning 1%, you'll have $10,600 in 5 years. Better than nothing. Barely. But if you put that same $10,000 into investments averaging 8% annually, you'll have $14,600 in 5 years. That's $4,000 difference, just from making your money work instead of letting it sit. Over 20 years, the gap becomes massive. Savings account gets you $12,000. Investments get you $46,000. Same starting amount, $34,000 difference. This is why the wealthy don't leave money in savings. They understand that idle cash is dying cash. Where do you actually invest? If you're new to this, follow 3 steps. 1. Open an account with a solid brokerage. Look for 0 fees and good educational resources. 2. Learn the basics. Spend 15 to 30 minutes daily studying how stocks, ETFs, real estate funds, and other assets work. This puts you ahead of most people. 3. Start small, but start now. You can buy fractional shares of stocks for $10, real estate funds starting at $100, ETFs with affordable amounts. The key isn't the initial size, it's creating the habit of investing consistently. Shares of good companies pay dividends and appreciate over time. Real estate funds pay monthly distributions. ETFs give you automatic diversification. Even with small amounts, you're building real wealth. Here's a sample allocation for $10,000. $3,000 in index ETFs, tracking major markets. Diversified, low cost, simple. $2,000 in dividend-paying stocks, companies with solid track records. $2,000 in real estate funds, monthly income plus property appreciation. $1,000 in individual growth stocks, higher risk but higher potential return. $1,000 in alternative assets, maybe some Bitcoin as long-term store of value. $1,000 kept in reserve for opportunities. This is just one approach. The exact allocation depends on your risk tolerance and goals, but it shows you can build a solid foundation even starting with modest amounts. The important part is you're owning assets that grow above inflation instead of cash that shrinks below it. But investing isn't just financial markets. There are physical assets that generate income almost automatically. I know someone who bought a cotton candy machine for $800, started renting it for parties and events, recovered the investment in 3 months. Now it's pure profit every rental. Another person bought a used cement mixer, rents it for construction projects. Equipment paid for itself quickly, continues generating recurring income. This model works for tons of things. A professional washer for laundry services, a fryer for events, equipment for landscaping, photography gear. The logic is simple. Buy something once, turn it into continuous income. If you have skills, this works even better. A carpenter investing in better tools can charge more and take bigger jobs. A photographer upgrading equipment can book higher paying clients. These aren't just purchases, they're income generating assets. After you have your emergency fund and start investing, step 4 becomes critical. Increase your capacity to invest. Saving and investing, $15,000 is a great start, but it won't get you to financial freedom alone. The key is transforming this into a constant cycle. You need to increase how much you can invest month after month. Side hustles in your free time, selling products online, teaching classes, providing services, creating content. These add income streams. Training and skills development also matters. The more skills you build, the more value you deliver. The more value you deliver, the more you can charge. Rethink your career trajectory. Are you in a field with growth potential? Can you negotiate better compensation? Should you pivot to more profitable areas? Every extra dollar that comes in and isn't essential for short-term needs should be reinvested. This is how compound interest really works, not just on the money you have, but on consistently adding more money to the system. The difference between investing $10,000 once and investing $10,000 plus $500 monthly is enormous. Over 20 years, first scenario gets you $46,000. Second scenario gets you $300,000. Same initial investment, consistent additions changed everything. Step 5, protect what you're building. Many people start strong, accumulate initial wealth, then lose it all due to lack of care. Stay away from miraculous promises. If someone offers 10% monthly returns risk-free, it's fraud. No exceptions. Take care of your physical and mental health. Useless to accumulate money if quality of life disappears. And prepare for something nobody talks about: boredom. Investing is slow. You'll watch your wealth grow little by little for years. During that time, you'll be tempted constantly to speed things up, chase hot tips, jump into risky plays, make emotional decisions. The winners in this game are those with patience. Boring, consistent investing beats exciting gambling every single time. Let's make this concrete. Meet poor Peter and rich Richard. Both have $15,000 saved. Both 35 years old. Poor Peter keeps all $15,000 in a regular savings account, earning 0.5%. He thinks he's being safe and responsible. Over 20 years, his $15,000 grows to $16,600. Inflation averaged 3% annually. His purchasing power actually decreased. He has more dollars, but they buy less. He feels like he saved for 20 years and went backwards. Because he did. Rich Richard splits his $15,000 strategically. $5,000 stays in high-yield savings as his emergency fund. The other $10,000 gets invested, 70% in index ETFs and dividend stocks, 20% in real estate funds, 10% in alternative assets. He averages 8% annual returns. Conservative estimate. Over 20 years, his $10,000 invested becomes $46,000. Plus, he kept adding $300 monthly to his investments. His total, over $220,000. Same starting point as poor Peter. $200,000 difference. All because he understood that cash sitting idle dies slowly while invested money compounds and grows. Here's the close. If you have $15,000 saved, you're ahead of most people, but that's just the starting line, not the finish. Use part of it for an emergency reserve. Eliminate expensive debts. Put the rest to work in assets that grow above inflation. Increase your income and invest more each month. Protect what you're building with patience and discipline. Pick one move today. Open a brokerage account. Transfer cash to high-yield savings. Pay off a credit card balance. Calculate how much you actually need in emergency reserves. One move. Your $15,000 can either sit there slowly dying or become the foundation of real wealth. The choice is yours. Make it now.